Hi, welcome back everyone. My name's Newman, and today we're going to look at how to look after Haworthias during the winter. So stay tuned. Hi, welcome back to My Life with Plants. I'm going to give you some helpful tips on how to look after Haworthias with temperatures that can drop down to -8, which is 17 Fahrenheit. So these are some things that I do to look after mine, and they're in an unheated tray, so all of this is just insulation. Anyway, let's get started. Here's my trays here, and this is very thin foil. I'm going to take a closer look at this. This stuff is very thin foil, which you often use to guard your windscreen in the summertime against heat, but this is also does the opposite. During the cold, it'll keep the cold out, and I've lined the inside of these trays with it. Second thing I've done is I have these lids that go on them that you can buy at any horticultural plant department or nursery, people that supply goods for people that are in the horticultural business. So these are the lids, and what I've done sorry about that, tickly throat. What I've done is I've doubled up, so I put one lid over the other, and on this one I've got one lid here. It's actually falling apart, I need to replace it. What I've done here is I put some thick polythene shade cloth, thick polythene curtain or greenhouse cover. This one has the kind of nylon thread that's woven into it. So I've cut that from a big sheet that's probably 2 meters by 3, and I put that in there as extra insulation. I'm probably going to put some on the sides here while I'm at it. I'll do the same for the other one. Okay, this has worked. So far we had temperatures -4 degrees during the night, and we'll have a look at these plants here. There's no amount of cold damage on them at all. This one has cold damage that was done last year, and that was before I started to use this here. Now that's actually 2 years ago, that's right, because as soon as I started to line with this lining, so actually the cold was coming up through the bottom. It's worked, it hasn't had any damage, and to show you, you can see the new growth here that's happened in the last couple of years. Some of the most cold sensitive is this Haworthia. This one here feels the cold a lot. This is my new one, Trincata. It's the green form. It's Cymbiformis variety here, more compact version. We've got a nice Haworthia there with there's the raised up bumps on it. Another variety here. All of them are doing well. There's no cold damage whatsoever. So this is working down to 17 Fahrenheit. -8, and that includes well, temperatures have to rise back up to 10 degrees again, which is probably 20 something like 35 Fahrenheit. So I don't know if this is going to work if you have temperatures that dip down that low and they just stay down that low for over a week. Well, I haven't experienced that, so I've had these plants in here at those freezing temperatures. It can be up to 3 days on end without any damage, but definitely we get sunny weather the next day. So you can see here that this is working. So this is for people that can't bring all of their plants indoors, because there isn't the space to do it. And this is like trial and error. I have lost a lot of plants and I've had to start over again. I mean, I've lost the whole thing and I've had to dig in amongst it, what's left, and try to replant and grow them. But that's what's good about Haworthias. Even if they get beaten up and you lose a lot of it, there's always 1 or 2 offsets that are still alive and you can start again. But I don't know if I want to do that with this particular one. That one would be quite devastating. It would take a long time for it to grow back as nice as it is now. So anyway, this is what I've been doing, and while I'm at it, I'm actually going to cut some more of this and put it around the sides here and also insulate that one more. So I'll get back to you so I can show you what it looks like when it's finished. Stay tuned. Here it is here. Here's that polythene. Used for greenhouses, covers, outdoor covers. You don't want something to get wet, maybe a bicycle or something like that, and it's like a makeshift curtain. That's why it's got these eyelets in it. It's what the stuff I use for my greenhouse, and it really works well. But I don't have the interwoven material here. It's just the polythene. But this stuff is really good. It's good. It's good at keeping out the frost, because the frost is the thing that does damage to plants. A lot of them can handle the cold, of course. Anyway, let's get to work with it. Right. So here's some I've cut. What I'm doing is I'm just putting it down between the 2 lids. There's extra insulation. That. Why didn't I cut one long piece? Well, when you try to bend a corner, if you cut one long piece and you try to bend a corner, it won't work. It'll end up going up on an angle like that. So it's better to cut one piece at a time. Okay, I'm just going to put the next piece in on the side. You go in like so. It's hard to do this with one hand, so once I'm finished I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, this is what it looks like with the lid on. It's kind of a tight fit, but the top is not an issue. The cold doesn't come in from the top. It kind of frost is like liquid. It's like pouring a glass of water. It tends to go down and then up. It fills up. You can imagine if you have a bottom of your greenhouse, it'll slowly fill up with fog, frost. So that's below 0 temperatures. You get the frost, and that is kind of like a cold liquid, and cold liquid sinks. And then once it's filled up, you imagine if you're filling a glass of water, it starts to creep up. So it never really goes from up and down, it comes from the bottom. And this is why the insulation's around that side. I never had an experience with cold coming from the top. And of course you got that extra curtain here that I lower down. Right, so that's all for today, and I'll see you back next time. And don't forget to look after your plants, because looking after your plants is not a chore and it's not a job. It's part of your self-care. The better that you look after your plants, the better you feel about yourself. So it's self-therapy, and it should never feel like a job or a chore. You just get out there and enjoy it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you back next time. Bye for now.